Artists want to sign to indie labels because it's an alternative to the majors. They want professionalism, they want artist services, and they want a small focused team without the major system. The problem is indie labels suffer from a lack of quality, capital, and professionalism. They just do, which is why most artists would rather do it themselves. Now, to be fair, all my indie record label owners shouldn't be going through this, but we got to kind of lift this skirt up and look at some of the issues that we need to address so you won't have this problem of artists saying, nah, I kind of will pass. I'll do my own thing or I'll go to a bigger label. We're going to talk about these issues coming up right here on the Music Money Makeover show. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Music Money Makeover show. My name is Casey Graham. Let's hop right in. Here's our number one problem for all my indie record label owners is that you just don't have enough experience to sign these artists. This is number one, and in many cases, it's true. A lot of new record labels don't have the experience. Now, to come to the defense of the newbies, the game is always changing, so this can't give anyone a pass into securing a position in the game at any given time. However, before any artist signs or any new label signs an artist, they should take some time to get experience first by building their fan bases, or as a label owner by studying under a mentor like myself, or interning at a bigger indie or major label. This will kind of give you the experience of how things run on the back end. It'll allow you to get into the different departments and see how things go so that you can successfully build your record label. Now, another issue that we have is not enough capital. Most indie record labels never have enough capital. Secondly, if they do have some, they don't know how to spend the capital, which is another big issue. This makes the label operate inefficiently and ultimately causes it to tank. Labels need cold hard cash more so than financing to fund their operations. This is why this is a big boys game if you're going to sign artists. Do-it-yourselfers can get by pretty well if they are good with budgeting their finances and taking it one step at a time. Okay? Now, no plan is what, and I know these people. I done been through this. No plan. The only thing worse than having no money or experience is having no plan. If you don't have a roadmap to guide you on which way is up or how you're going to build your empire, then signing an artist is dangerous. You're playing with people's life, I should say time too, sucking their energy away and time away from them. This causes major rifts in your operation that you don't need when trying to make it. You get what I'm saying? Now, here's another one, and I know this one very well. Horrible contract terms. Many new independents are insecure, especially the owner. They want to sign heavy contracts with artists to keep their investments safe, but in turn, they are only shooting themselves in the foot. You'll know when you have an insecure label owner when they want to sign you right away with too many restrictions and not enough money without doing any demo recordings or developing any proof of concept records with you. That's kind of one step. They want to put you on paper because they think someone else will sign you so fast that they just want to get their hands on you. Now, after all, you're the first good thing that has come across their desk because they don't have any A&R skills. Now, this could go for A&Rs, investors, record label owners, or whatever. Sometimes people will sign someone quick on paper and they'll take that contract and they'll sell that contract to another person that will take that contract and up that contract to something else. And the next thing you know, you're in the pimp game, right? You're getting pimped and you're on the track. I've seen it happen too many times. There are a lot of people in this game that are really, really insecure about their abilities to actually execute what they want to do. And so what they want to do is get you on paper and sell it to somebody else that they think can handle the job for them so that they look big, like they know what they're doing. This is the number one way to screw street right here. All right. This is the number one way to bend over street right here. This is the number one way to on the knees street right here. And you don't want to be there. So watch out for these trigger happy people who want to sign too fast. Just a little bit of a notation there. Now, labels don't know how to administrate. The new ones. The back end operations of the label are very important, and many people fail because they aren't getting paid on time or because they can't at least see how much they're recouped. Bad books and royalty accounting can put a label under because as a business, how are you going to grow if you can't see what's coming in and going out or what's even being invested? Even if you are a do-it-yourselfer, this part is very, very important to you to maintain because you still have producers to pay out of your master royalties, and you still need to know which records are working revenue-wise and which ones aren't. Okay? Keep this in mind. Administration is key. Now, no professionalism is another standpoint. Lastly, If you combine everything that I've said in the last few slides, you'll see that many indie owners have no professionalism. Professionalism goes a long way and can make or break the relationship with the artist. We know the main deal breaker is intimate bonds in this industry. We know this, and this information can tarnish the branding of the owners and staff as well as the label as a whole to the general public and incoming artists. So once your pedigree goes down, once people start to talk bad about you in the streets, there is nothing you can do to revive what people have said about you and now what people think about you. It is extremely hard to do that. So you're just going to have to sit down and be quiet for a minute. Put yourself on punishment because the streets ain't feeling you. You get what I'm saying? Now, how do you combat these issues? You'll want to utilize these steps that are infamously stressed by Killer Mike. Plot, plan, strategize, organize, and mobilize. I mean, I love that. It's perfect. If you can do that, we can get over these humps and these issues that we have. Now, how much money do I need to start? Good question. You all have spoken, and I'll say anywhere from $10,000 to $50,000 in cash, not credit, if you sign one artist or yourself. If you're signing yourself, you can do 10. If you're signing an artist, you need 50. That artist is going to make decisions based on what's best for them. And you got to make decisions that is based on what's going to be best for the artist and your company. So you're going to need a little bit more capital than $10,000, right? So I'm just saying, to actually make it make sense for that artist and the artist to feel like you're actually doing a good job with what they're trying to do, 50 grand. Seriously, I'm not going to bat an eye at it. Now, how do you gain all of these qualities? Well, you want to realize your shortcomings and work on them. Same thing goes for the team as well. Lastly, don't bring on help or sign artists who are not professional or don't have great qualities themselves. And this is just straight up the truth. If the artist doesn't have any work ethic, what makes you think you're going to install that in them? Because I've seen this situation too, where the artist just doesn't have any work ethic and wants the label to do everything. And then when that begins to happen, the label begins to get exhausted because you can't tug this artist along into stardom. It never happens. They have to want it. Okay. If you don't have this company structure built, I'm going to help you do it, because if you're a producer, a new music exec, singer, songwriter, artist, doesn't make a difference. If you want to build that record label and publishing company together in 60 days or less without searching all over the internet for the how-tos, I got you covered. And what we're going to do is we're going to build a strong company foundation with an LLC to help us get the funding that we need in terms of credit. Hopefully you can find your cash. And then on top of that, you're going to learn how to play the game via contract, because you can't be a record label owner and don't know how to read the contract, and you can't sign people to obligations that you don't know that you're up against. I got you covered. You'll be set up to collect domestic and international publishing royalties without the middleman taking 15%. All the stuff you see in the bottom right-hand corner is included within the course. Click the link below to get started today. Now, grab the free stuff below, 10 major steps to increase your record label's profits. A free split sheet is included with the download. But gaining knowledge first allows you to get a better stance to start and support your endeavors. This allows you to create a stronger structure for your label and eventually culture within the label as you hire staff or contractors. The more you know, the more you go, which means the more you grow. It just is what it is. But if you don't improve these qualities, the business will suffer, won't grow, and you'll be left wondering why. However, it starts with the quality of the fabric that will go into the label. Fabric means people and mentality. You get what I'm saying? So this is where we want to be. Get some knowledge first before you start signing people, or just make sure you have your mentors, people like myself, your coaches, people like myself and others in the game out here. Get somebody that you can rely on, an OG that you can rely on that really knows the game to help you out, to get you through those first 2 years, 3 years, to get you going, that can help you strategize. Because if you don't have that, you're going to look pretty crazy, and you're probably going to lose the money that you really worked so hard to save to invest. Now, if you don't want to struggle as an indie record label, work on these qualities so you can then release the music or become the next wave that the world moves to. All right, music money makers. So if you make music, you should always make money. Log on to musicmoneymakeover.com, jump into the 60-day record label course right beneath this video, book a call there, download the free stuff right down below, and I'll see you next time. Peace.